Howdy, everybody. Well, whoever's here anyway. I got the furnace going. It's been on for an hour. I still got a little bit to feed in there. So hopefully we'll be able to pour here pretty quick. Hey, bro, welcome in. How's it going, buddy? Hey, Mike. So the furnace has been going for like an hour. It's not quite all done yet, but hopefully we can pour here in about 15 minutes. Hey, Al, how's it going? So I cut out some more, and this time I made the sprue a part of the foam, so I don't have to glue it on there. Hey, Adam, welcome in. How's it going, buddy? So the big difference this time, last time, normally what I've been doing is just cutting this piece separately. Like this, and then attaching this after the fact with some glue. And then I kind of narrowed it in a little bit. So Sasquatch, howdy. So I also normally I try and make this sprue as small as I can because I got to cut it off. So the bigger it is, the more you have to cut off. But I made this one a little bit wider, so there should be quite a bit more room for the copper to flow. I made it about the same width as this here, so I didn't see any point in going any wider than the narrowest point. So if it can't flow through this, but that's the plan. I can't make it any hotter. The electric furnace is maxed out. So yeah, copper again. That furnace only goes up to 1150. No, there's no vent for lost foam. With lost foam, you use dry sand. So sand with no clay, just like super dry sand. And then as the metals burn in the flowing down and burning the foam away, it pushes out through the sand. It vents through the sand. So, and if it doesn't vent through the sand, if you use too much plaster, then all those gases have to shoot up through here. So you end up with like turbulence and fire and all kinds of crazy stuff. Not much fun. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up here. Open clay pour might take 3. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about it this time. It'll work. Like it works. If I had like my propane furnace, I could get it hotter. That if you had like a double forge, you'll get hotter than that electric furnace can. But that one, like I say, it only goes up to 1150. But I have seen some newer ones. I'm not sure if it's 2 Auto or a different brand, but they can get up to like 1200, so you have a little extra heat. I mean, there's not much I can do, Adam. Like, I got to take it out of the thing and pour it as quick as possible. So I can't, like, there's not much you can do. I think it's going to work this time. It's going to be a lot better. I think it might work. Copper's not a real great metal for casting as it is, but I'm going to pour it. I'll get two set up. I'm going to pour the first one with copper. Ali Mac, welcome in, sir. And then I got some, so I got two ready to go. Let me find me a stool. I ordered a tablet holder, but it never arrived yet, so I'll be able to like actually show you what's going on a little better next time, hopefully. Hey, Mark, welcome in. So yeah, I mean, Mark Condrick, he mentioned he don't think the furnace can get hot enough, and it probably can't. But like he's done some lost foam casting on his channel there with copper. It works. Yeah, I mean, electric is pushing it for sure. But that being said, I'm gonna try copper first. I got two ready. I'm gonna try copper, and then I have my crucible here for aluminum that I'm gonna load up, and I got some aluminum bronze here, so it's 10% aluminum, 90% copper. So we'll try the second one with aluminum bronze. It'll probably take an hour to melt that, but I'm pretty sure aluminum bronze won't be an issue because I cast this with aluminum bronze using that same furnace. This was just a short pour. I didn't have enough metal. It's hard to get enough metal heated up in there. You can only get like half a crucible. Any more than that, you start to struggle. But let's see where we're at here. Let me grab some glasses. Yeah, no, you can't really heat your sand or anything because this foam melts so easy, right? So when I take that crucible out, I'm gonna pour it as quick as I can, and yeah. But I think we're molting. We are molten. Temperature on it's saying 1141, 1142. It's molten. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes and see if we can max it out. I got to get those patterns set up anyway. So face shield, yeah. I have a shield I'll put on for pouring. I just put these on for looking in there. I got like a leather apron and a face shield, welding gloves. So that's the temp at the bottom, yeah. So I mean, it's max. I can't make it any hotter. It is what it is. I think just improving that sprue is going to help. So, like, I mean, It was kind of funny. We were looking at this last time, but you can see the sprue like where I had it shaved and narrowed in a bit, and then the glue was sitting on top around the edge, right? So taking away that narrowing, opening up, like the metal made it through actually. And then I found this at the bottom after I cleaned it with my sand, so it made it to the bottom. There's one of the things, right? So I think it might work. It's gonna be a lot better than this. So I'm super confident the aluminum bronze will work. So we'll get that set up anyway. So yeah. Oh, so I'm just gonna score this with my razor blade, bury it, and then I'll snap it off. I'm gonna keep the sprue as short as I can, and that's the best I can do, I guess. Yeah, so I'll get these set up. I mean, that's at 11:43 there. I don't know if it'll get any hotter than it is. So I just cut through most of the way. I'll bury the sand up to here and then snap that piece off, put my can there. We'll be good to go. Hey, Woody, welcome in. I think this one I'll do aluminum bronze. I'll leave the sprue a little bit longer. Pretty confident it's going to work. The foam is just like an insulation board. It's extruded polystyrene. So this is just like insulation, rigid insulation. I just get it from like Home Depot. It comes in different colors. Different brands have different colors. You know, different stores might carry different brand, but it's all basically the same. Ooh. So I mean, it's nice. You can that stuff. You use like a fine sandpaper, like a 150 grit. You can work it, make it real smooth, make whatever shape you want. So 1/2 inch, yeah. I do a lot of 1/2 inch stuff. I do quite a bit of 1 inch stuff when I'm in my propane furnace for bigger pours. But we'll get these in here. You can't really see much. I know, sucks. I got a tablet holder coming. I wish I had it, but I'll be able to point you down there a little better. No, Mike, we're going to be pouring here in a couple of minutes. Just getting the thing set up. You're just in time. The sand stinks too. It's just dry sand. It's discolored from burning foam through it. It stinks, but just dry sand. Yeah, just play sand. I got this from I got mine from just a landscape supply place. And then, yeah, you just got to let it dry out. I sifted it through like a kitchen strainer to get the bigger stuff out. But yeah, just play sand. That's all. No clay or anything. You want dry sand so that when you vibrate it, it'll shake into all the tight spots. And what did I do with that other one over here? So if you have electric furnace, or I mean, you can make a fire and melt aluminum in a fire too, or a coal furnace or whatever. If you can carve the foam and give it a plaster coating, then you're good to go. You don't really need any fancy tools. I use a CNC, but you know, you could use a hot wire cutter or saws or knives or whatever. It don't matter. Let's see if I can get you better. I have a propane furnace and melted a lot of ingots, but not sure. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Get some foam, make some shapes. I got a few things I could show you after that I made. You know, kind of fun, the simple little things that you can do. And then bury it in, and then I hit it with like a little recip saw just to vibrate the sand down. So it's gonna be a little loud here for a second. Hey, Mikey Yo-Yo. What's up, buddy? Oh, did it turn it down? Nice. This little 12-volt thing doesn't do much. I should plug in my other one. It's not doing a lot here. Oh, it's saying 1148 on the furnace, so it's about as hot as it's gonna get. And because I pre-scored them, they just pop off pretty nice. Put my cans in. And then I bury around the can with some more sand to hold the can and to keep the metal from flowing out from underneath it. So, I mean, this is why you can't really preheat your mold or anything. You don't have, it's like buried in there. if you try to hit that with a torch, you're going to burn your phone. So it is what it is. Ooh. So if you guys haven't seen Mark Heinrich Maid's channel, he does all kinds of foam casting as well. So we're checking out. I got ready to go, I think. We'll get you outside. Hey, Bigfoot, welcome, buddy. We'll get you outside and pour this. It was just saying 11:50, so it's as hot as it's gonna get. I'm gonna throw on my apron and stuff. Try and get you guys set up here. Maybe I can tip it up a little bit. Yeah. Which one are we looking at? Right here. I'll tip my thing up so you can have a better view in, and we'll pour this one. See that? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I got my shield and stuff on. I'm just gonna grab it. We'll pour in like 5 seconds. Oh, it's taking it. It took some. It definitely took more than last time. I'm streaming. Hold on, I'm missing some of the chats. Hey, Julie, welcome in. I'll be back to check out the pour. Have to leave, go home. All right, Mark, see you, buddy. I've been here from yesterday. I heard an old fire extinguisher makes a better pour can. No ripples. Yeah, thicker is definitely better. Thicker is kind of better in a sense. The problem if you go with a thicker can, you get a lot more of it freezes to the side and you lose a lot of material. So with the copper being so hard to melt, I'm kind of going for the bare minimum that I think will work. Can't really afford to have any freeze up in the can. So where are we at? Sorry if I missed anybody coming in there. Yeah, I got a little carried away at Mike last night. Hey, Rafael, buddy, welcome. Let me try and catch up. I think I'm caught up. Am I? No snow. There's some in the hills, but we had a little bit in town, but not much. A little dusting we got has disappeared. But so that crucible I'm going to use for copper. Oh, I'm streaming from my. I'm streaming on a laptop, so I don't know what the. Hopefully the video quality is good enough. But I picked up a tablet holder, so next time I'll be able to position you to see better, hopefully. But I got my aluminum crucible. There's a bit of junk stuck in the bottom, so I figured I'd use this and try and do aluminum bronze. So I got 90% copper, 10% aluminum, plus a little bit in here, which might, I don't know if what's going to happen there, but we'll try this. And I'm very certain this is going to work. I'm very confident that this will work. To add in the aluminum, you end up with aluminum bronze, well, like a redneck aluminum bronze. And because the aluminum's in there, it brings down the melting temperature of the metal a bit. So, and I think it might not freeze up quite as quick as the copper, so that would be a little bit of a bonus. But unfortunately, I can't fit a lot in there. We'll get this going. It's probably going to take an hour to melt. So close the door because it is no snow, but it's still chilly. And because I got two of those set up, I won't be able to pull out the other copper one until after the second pour. So we'll have to be in suspense here for a little bit. Where am I at here? Yeah, sorry guys if I'm missing your chats, but everyone kind of seeing. It did sink a bit for sure. That poured. It definitely took a lot more metal than the last time. I don't know if it's going to work for sure 100%, but it definitely took some metal. So it'll be a better result. Whether it's any good or not, we'll have to wait and see. So it's probably going to be an hour. We can. I'll just feed this in as it starts to melt. So. But here's some like simple stuff you can do as well. It's kind of, there's a 1-inch thick piece of foam made a treat. They're kind of fun. I got these little guys. I poured 2 last night hanging out with Mike. Poured these guys last night. I still have to flatten the bottoms off. They're pretty fun. You make your own little forest, little Christmas forest. I made a bunch of these big ones last year, and I've been giving them away as gifts to friends and stuff. But little forests, they need to be polished up or cleaned up a bit, but be very simple. If you can melt the metal, just cut them out with a hot wire cutter or whatever. Very simple, very fun little projects. You know, I don't like making ingots. I better make something like this, you know. But lame excuse. Pretty ingots, yeah. I make these. I made these. For making a heads or tails coin. So that's like aluminum. Yeah, my Christmas decorations. These are like Christmas decorations I like to make. Yeah, so I made these out of aluminum, cast them, right? But you can pour zinc in there and make coins. So I got one with a little heart tattoo on the ass there as well, which is kind of fun because you can I can make a heads or tails coin, and then you can make a couple double-headed coins. If nobody knows, you can kind of cheat them. Mr. Z, what's up? So we could pour. I think they go together. I made these molds, yeah. Just casted them, 1/2-inch foam. So I clamped them together. Mike, you got an idea? You never know what Mike's going to come up with. You can flip the coin and we are, Mike. We should be. I'm Vern Gibson on Facebook. Or if you're on Instagram, I think I'm Steve SRT8 on Instagram. Yeah, I just clamp them together. And then I put them on my wood stove to pre-warm them. Like so. I'll send you a coin mold. I figure we got a bit of time to wait for that copper to melt, so I melt zinc in my fireplace, and I pour them straight from my wood stove. So we can pour a couple of those right now for a laugh. Or even camping, like you can do a little campfire, do some casting, zinc casting. Should line up good. And I just use a little cast iron pot. Some of my zinc ingots. 4 of those will be lots. Thanks, Mr. Z. I got a little collection going. I got to get some more fire going anyway. That's probably not hot enough to melt those. Give me a second. Mind your ears. Look at a pitch in that fir. I like the little electric saw for camping and using in here. There's no fumes, so my wood stove in the house takes bigger pieces, so I usually cut them in half for out here. But I have some gas saws over there. But yeah, here's my I cast this in aluminum so I can melt zinc and pour in there. That's how I make my little my zinc coins. I made made this one out of aluminum as well. I make some Punisher coins. I actually gave these kids out, or give these coins out at Halloween to the kids. Little open pour. I haven't really been selling much stuff, but I'm going to start selling a bit. I think I tried to post some slingshots on Facebook, and they took my post down. So, but then someone mentioned that they see them on there, so I searched for them, and of course I could find them on there. But for whatever reason, they didn't like mine. So I might try it again. But I did sell. I sold a couple of my arborist vices on Marketplace. These guys here. It's got mag base, so we use it on the back of our chipper. You can clamp your saw bar in there and follow your saw. Works great on the back of the chipper, and then it's not in your way. You can get rid of it again. So I've sold a couple of these. And I've been kind of thinking of like starting an Etsy store. I've been thinking about it. I haven't started one yet. And I was going to, but Canada Post is on strike right now, so I wouldn't be able to mail anything anyway. So I'm gonna wait till they're back to work, and I might post a few on Etsy and see what happens. Then I was playing around with Mike yesterday and started doing some prototyping. My little phone holder. So you'll be able to drop your charger in there. Like that. Should be pretty cool. The rule of Etsy state that whatever it actually costs, you must charge 5 times more. So this was a prototype. I think this might be too thin to cast, so I made a few changes. I got to cut out I made this a bit too wide as well. My phone, like the corners, where with the round corners, it doesn't quite sit in there nice. So version 2, I kind of shrunk it down a little bit, narrowed it, and then brought these legs up here to try and get a little more thickness here. And then I put a little curve or like an arc in the feet, so it'd be like 4 pads instead of 2 solid things. But yeah. That fire's not going very good. This out of wood. I don't do any woodworking, just metal. So it'd have to be aluminum. If that gonna be all even with that 3mm, it will be. I'm not sure what you mean, Rafael. Yeah, you gotta have a little space to work. I got a 2-car garage, but the CNC maybe. So my table is my table was made for plasma, so it's not very rigid. They don't actually recommend, and they don't recommend putting a router on it. But I was like, screw it, I'm only cutting foam, so I mounted a router on there. So it's designed for plasma, but see there's a bit of, it's not very rigid. Like it'd be easy to. Why wouldn't you want an aluminum one? Why like a wood one? Sorry, my chat froze. It's getting up to temperature. It's going to take a little while to melt all this, but bear with me. Yeah, we did talk about that, didn't we? It might. I guess I'm gonna cast one, and if it don't work, then I won't know until I try it. But yeah, some other stuff I got going on. Some hammers. Brass hammers. I got a pile of these little guys. I was gonna do my Christmas time here, which is only like less than 2 weeks now. But some little snowmen and some more trees and stuff. I poured some of these headstones for Halloween. Just get from the dollar store. I poured a couple of these. The wife got them downstairs somewhere. I don't know where they are, but aluminum is not conductive. Here's one I've been waiting to do for so long. It's going to be a big pour. Yeah, it was a heavy headstone. I think they were like 15 pounds or something. But make a little bench or bar stool top. I think when I pour this one, I'm going to fill it with epoxy. But that's the job for the propane furnace. Some kid who come by and try and kick it and break his foot. All right. Need this stuff in. Yeah, hopefully I can get my stand for my lap or a tablet here and not be shaking you guys all over the place all the time. Just keep feeding it in until there's some sticking out. What flowing through it? All right, Bigfoot, have a good one. Thanks for coming by. I'll probably be pouring here and hopefully within the next half hour we'll get that aluminum bronze poured. A pack of cigarettes messed up my wireless charger. Like if I put this on the metal desk, it works fine. It works here. You know, so in there, will it affect it? I don't know. It's only one way to find out. And if it don't work, then I'll just ditch this part and just set it up so you could plug it in, which is kind of lame. Kind of lame to have to plug your phone in these days, but put your aluminum cigarette square on it once. Oh, like on top of the charger? Oh. Yeah, because it might be like because I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm assuming there's like a coil and it's just inducing current into the charger in the phone, where a block of aluminum sitting on top of there would. I can't see how it would do anything. Well, we'll try it. We will try it. I mean, would that be kind of the same as shorting out? Here, I'll put this tree on there. I suppose I mean, yeah, there's a coil in the phone and there's a coil in the charger. Now with this on there, there's no coil, so it's not going to be drawing any, it's not going to be like, I can't see how it would affect it, Mike. I could see it like screwing up I could see it screwing up the magnetic, like it might screw up it might not induce a current in the other coil if it's in that aluminum thing, but that was on there for a couple seconds. It's working. Maybe if you leave it on there for a while, maybe something will happen. I just don't see how it could do anything. What do we got here? Messenger. I guess one thing, Mike, about the foam, it's hard to get real fine detail with the foam. Like to try and cast that coin like that with foam, it'd be pretty tough. Quick test, wrap your charger in kitchen foil and then put it in the oven. Oh, put the phone over it. Check on that. Taking it. Oh, I forgot about my zinc. Hey, James. You can see that zinc is molten now. We can pour these coins. Find somewhere to put you. Yeah, shipping is like insane. That coaster I sent to Ellie Mac cost me $60 just to ship it over there. So pretty nuts. This is a little sketchy. Trying to grab this thing. I don't recommend this. Give that a minute to cool down. Cost me £130 for shipping 2 CDs. Wow. I got my scrapper calendar. So pretty happy to get that. We got the Everyday Solars put this together, doing some charity fundraising in memorial to her nephew. So bunch of YouTubers. So I got one. Mr. Raphael is in there. I'm not going to show the picture, but he's on the first page. It's pretty awesome. So. Yes, Mike, you do have to order one. What's wrong with you? I seen Scrap It All is doing a giveaway. He ordered 2, and he's doing a giveaway of one on his channel. So you can go over there to Scrap It All's channel, and he said just comment a guess between 1 and 100, and he's gonna. Hold on, I'll turn Lee off too. Then James, if it makes you happy. What was I saying? Oh, I'll grab some gloves, some water, and I'll have a look at these coins. A bucket of water somewhere. Getting there, not much left. Yeah, I just left it in the pot. I'll melt it again next time. Just went for a burger and a BMW with a different license plate on the back end. Just went for a burger in a BMW with these gloves. It's hot. I had a little air vent there, and some leaked out. Ooh, it's hot. Try and crack these open. Nice shiny butt. Oh, another shiny butt with a heart. I'm gonna try and knock him out on something. something that's not going to deafen everybody. Nah. Let me just mute my camera, and then I'm going to bang this thing out. Okay. We've got our heads and tails. And some lost foam casting aluminum molds. So violent all the time. Yeah, they're kind of fun. I made my buddy a set with 2 heads and a set with 2 butts, and then he had a normal one. So he'd like, "Hey girls, what movie do you want to watch?" And then whoever picked the best one, he'd like pick out the coin and make sure they won. So he's just and a free butt plug. Yeah. The perfect size too, James. Okay, it's all in there. You guys are. So it's all in there now. So hopefully another 10 minutes will be ready to go. But yeah, not sure what to do for 10 minutes now. Crack a beer. I like your thinking, James. Scratch your head. Get beer. Everybody's saying beer is the 12th. My wife made me an advent calendar, so I got a different beer for every day. And today we got what is that? Kozel? Czech? Is it like a Czech beer? 500 milliliter, 4.6%, which is good. Freak, the one she gave me yesterday was like 8.9%. It was like 3 beers in one. Almost killed me. You like this one, Rafael? Something, Vicky. That's part of what happened, Mikey. Oh my. Should be making a fool of myself on the internet like that. It's forever. Internet's forever. It's got a nice, decent color. Not dead piss yellow. It's got a little bit of a not super light color. Smells decent. Czech, yeah, Czech. Product of Czech Republic. I am a happy drinker, usually. Okay, Mike, nice. There's the one that started me off yesterday. Super tall, double hazy, 8.5%. Not fit. Oh, Solange. That's not bad. I almost got like a hint of apple juice to it or something. That Brewdog I drank a 9.5. Hopefully we can get this stuff melted here pretty quick. I'm super curious about that copper slingshot. I feel like it. I don't know if it's going to be. It definitely took a lot of metal, but I'm not sure if it took enough metal. I didn't have a lot extra in there. I'm a tree hugger? Or who? I haven't looked yet, Mark. I got the. Yeah, I'm an arborist. I just started climbing trees this year, which is kind of crazy. Not too many 50-year-olds decide to start climbing trees when they're 50, but yeah, Mark, I set up two of the slingshots. I poured the copper one, and I just now, we're waiting for the aluminum. I got aluminum bronze cooking there in the furnace, so that should be ready here pretty soon. And then we pour the second one with the aluminum bronze, and then we can have a look at them. So some trees give Steve fat wood. Oh, fat wood, yeah. Fat wood is awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. I gotta grab a piece here. Let me grab a piece of fat wood real quick. We are molten. It's all molten. We'll give it 5 or 10 minutes to reach its max temperature. Yeah, 120 volt, Mike. I've been wanting to maybe try and make my own electric furnace and do a 220 volt one. There's the guy that's helped me a lot with foam casting, Kelly Cofield. He just built an electric furnace and put it on YouTube. Thing is insane. He does I think it's like 22 kilowatt furnace. He melts like 60 pounds of aluminum at once, and he pours like intake manifolds and that kind of stuff. Pretty crazy stuff he did. Yeah. I got a 220 circuit wired in here that I run my compressor and plasma cutter. I'll run off 220 welder or 240. Oh, Mott, welcome in, buddy. Yeah, Kelly's the man. Like, hands down, best like lost foam home garage caster on YouTube, without a doubt. Yeah, that sucks, Mark. They don't last forever, do they? I know if Fred Shed, he went through 2 or 3 of them already too. So, but Vivor sent me that one to try out, so I didn't pay for it. So that was all right. I have bought a couple of crucibles since. My crucibles, the first one, the one that one that came with the furnace developed some cracks, so it's retired. Yeah, no, he's got a 100 amp. He's got it on a 100 amp breaker. No, or not sure. I don't think so. Yeah, dude, his furnace is nuts. He's got a 200 amp service going into his house. So he put a 100 amp breaker and plug on just for his electric furnace. He can melt like 60 pounds of aluminum in 40 minutes or something. Brand new and it burnt out. 3 uses. What kind? Hey, Lauren, welcome in. I should put on some of Lauren's music. We can listen while we're sitting here. Uh, 32 amps. Oh, man, my house, I got a 100 amp service and it's small. Most houses now are like 200 amps. And that is 220. 200 amps of 220. So we have two hot legs coming into the house. So most household appliances just use one hot leg and a neutral, so they get 120. But you have a 250 amp service? That's nuts. But yeah, this fatwood, James brought it up. This is a Douglas fir tree, and sometimes they just, for whatever reason, they saturate their sapwood with resin. Makes for the best natural fire starter available. I got some water on my welding table. See that? See how caked that is? Look at the smoke coming off of that. It's crazy stuff. But this stuff is like everywhere here. few little scrapings. Come on. Knocking it all over the place. Can't believe that didn't run a light. What do we got in here? There you go, Mike. That's how to do it. Tampon tea, fat wood, also known as fat layer. Stump. There you go. I got some pine knots too. That was Douglas fir, but there's some pine knots. I was just walking in like a grassy field, and I just, you can find these just laying on the ground like this. The whole tree will be gone, and there'll be a bunch of knots just lying on the ground in a line where the tree used to be. You wouldn't even know there was a tree there, and these will still be here, and you can pick them up, and they're just full of resin, completely saturated in resin. I didn't open the copper pour. That aluminum bronze is melted, and it should be ready to pour right now. So I'm going to pour that in about 2 minutes here, and then we only got to wait a few minutes for that to freeze up, and we can have a look at both of them. I'm feeling pretty good about the copper. Pretty good. I'm not 100% confident, but here's a few slices from off those pine nuts that I found. And if you put a light to it, you can see the light just shines right through it. It's kind of crazy. It's all resin, natural tree resin. Oh, I had you unplugged. My battery's dying. You can count the rings. Yeah. You might be able to. My eyes are not good enough for that. They're like paper thin on the outside here. Do you have a DeWalt kettle for making tea? No, but I got a DeWalt power station, and you can put 4 batteries in it, and it has a built-in inverter that you can run a kettle off of that. I could definitely make battery powered tea. At least a couple pots. I don't know how many pots would be able to boil. I'm pretty power hungry. But that stuff should be good to go now. It's all molten. The temperature is at 1148, which is about as hot as it's going to get. And let me get my gear on and get you set up outside again and pour this aluminum bronze. I'll have to put on some of Lauren's music when we get back. Hope she don't mind. Gloves. How many we got in here? 12. You guys ready to see this or what? Oh, it was 1150. We're going to do this one here. Man, I wish I could get you a better view. Oh, pull you in a bit. Just like that. All right, I'm going to grab the... Hey, Wilton, carry you just in time, buddy. We're going to pour this aluminum bronze right now. I'm going to go grab it. Here we go. Coming in hot. There's a chopper overhead. It took some metal. It took some metal. Man, that was hot. This is crazy. I think this crucible is on fire. That's nuts. I've never seen that before. It's like on fire. That's crazy. Chop ball. That might have been my brother. He probably frickin' came right over the house. It was probably my brother He's a helicopter mechanic. Because it caught on fire? Don't melt metal indoors. Get to the chopper. Shit, did I miss one? Safety squints engaged. Yeah, man, I've never seen a crucible catch on fire before. Oh, I've used that crucible quite a bit for aluminum. So that's why I kind of used it for aluminum bronze, because it had a bunch of crap down in the bottom of it that I can't get out. Yeah, I mean, the metal is pretty clean. So you're not going to, like copper, you're not going to, like, the copper's clean. There's nothing on it. So there's no fumes from the copper. Even aluminum, you don't get it that hot that it's going to boil off or anything. I wouldn't melt brass indoors because the freaking zinc is so nasty. The zinc, I melt zinc in the wood stove, but I don't get it much hotter than melting point, right? If you get that zinc super hot, then it becomes real gross. But I melt the zinc in the wood stove, and then it's all fuming up. If it was the fume, it'd just go up the chimney and then take it out and pour it quick. Look at what Ian does in his shed. Little tiny space. Barely enough air in there for him to breathe. And it's pretty open in here. With the door open and stuff. It's not too bad. Exposure to copper fumes causes upper respiratory tract irritation, metallic taste, nausea, metal fume fever. There's little evidence of serious. Yeah, I mean, how hot would you have to get that to get copper fumes? I feel like 1150 Celsius is not going to get there. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's why I say, like, do it at your own risk type of thing. I'm a pretty strong believer in the safety glasses, especially for melting. You can get metal on your skin. It's going to hurt and suck, but you get it in your eye, you're going to be blind. But we can take a look at those now, I guess. This should be good to go. I'll set you up, and what do you think? Did the copper work? We'll find out. Let me grab my gloves. Some gloves. Gloves and some grips. I got a bucket of water here. The metal's kind of pretty. Fingers crossed. Need a drum roll. go. Grab the aluminum bronze first. Ah, look at that. Success. Hell yeah. Woo. She popped out. Now the copper. You ready? Bum, bum, bum. Solid copper, baby. Heck yeah. Freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Heck yeah. I was super confident about the aluminum bronze. So that's why I wanted to make sure we had at least one success. Freaking nailed it. Freaking nailed it. Solid copper. Aluminum. Freaking awesome. You see there's some see how it freezes on the can? So you lose a bit of metal. And I didn't have a lot extra. You can see that very little left. I did the math because I didn't want to have to melt too much extra. But come on, I mean, holy smokes, that's amazing. It's so beautiful. So amazing. Yeah, I gotta. Actually, this was the one I was planning on pouring copper in. It's gonna be hard to cut that off. I don't have much room there. Well, we'll cut them off. Hit them with the wire wheel, and have a look at them. Freaking awesome. I gotta plug you in. You guys, I'm gonna lose you. My battery's gonna go dead here. That'll suck. Let me grab my bandsaw. Junk everywhere. Hopefully this will do it. Oh, I almost knocked over my beer. It's like the color aluminum bronze. It's like it was meant to be. Let me try and catch up here. Tampon tea, face shield and respirator. I cast lead fishing lures, and 1 mil of water will blow 15 pounds of lead out of the pot. No nylon clothing. Yeah. Yeah, no, you have to be careful for sure. So many guys have the steam explosions, and it's insane. It was the glue for sure. Definitely played a role. And it was also, well, I narrowed the sprue down. So making the sprue a bit bigger definitely helped as well. So, hey, good night, James. Thanks for being here. Doesn't mean anything. Oh, yeah? Yeah, you missed the second port. Let's cut this stuff off. I got a mess here. I put some stuff away. Fat wood. The blade on this thing sucks, so should I mute it, or do you think Facebook or the YouTube will quiet it down? Oh. This thing's been beat to pieces. Hey, Golf. Cut the aluminum bronze off first. Well, I don't think the porta band is going to be able to get into that. Oh, maybe. So I like to have the sprue a little longer so I can get at it with the porta band, but I can't really get in there. It's too tight for this thing. I'm just going to mute you because it's freaking the ugliest sound. That blade is cooked. I can't even cut it. I use a reciprocating saw, maybe. You need a hacksaw. Yep. I don't have a hacksaw. Sawzall. Sawzall will do it. We'll do the sawzall. I don't have any freaking soft jaws for my vise, which sucks. They make blades in the factory? Who wants a hacksaw, man? When you got a bandsaw. Yeah, my little portaband just I can't get into this area with it. Maybe I can actually. Maybe I can. Yeah, I could do it this way. I could do it that way. I'll put it in a vise and cut it. I need to get a new blade for this. Actually, I need to get a new saw. This thing is beat to pieces. I got this little record vise with soft jaws. I just gotta clamp it down or something. That way or that way? Okay. Right, I'm gonna try just cutting it with this. Man, that's some crazy hard metal. Or something. That was crazy. There's actually a little shrink hole in the bottom. Oh, my battery's dying. Gotta plug you in. Yeah, man, it's crazy how hard that was to cut. Aluminum is just like, you cool too fast, anneal it with some heat. Yeah, look at that little shrink hole. Or I don't know if it's a shrink hole or not, but like you can't see any defect on the outside. See, there's just barely enough metal. Just barely enough. Look. See how much froze on the side of the can. It's very thin here on the bottom. There's nothing there. Yeah, I've seen guys annealing copper pipe and stuff when they want to like flatten out a copper pipe. They'll anneal it or. That's too bad, but frick, that's lucky. Like I had just the perfect like. If I had any less metal, it wouldn't have worked. Barely enough. I'll cut the copper one off, and then we'll hit them with the wire wheel. See what they look like. What did I do with that copper one? I lost it already. Oh, it's over here. It's a magazine hole. Here's the copper one. There's very little here too. Like I kind of I weighed the metal because I didn't want to melt too much, and I put a little extra in to try and account for the can freezing up some, but I barely made it, just barely. We'll cut this off here. I'm gonna mute you. Hey, thanks for coming, Ellie. Take care, buddy. Look at that, it doesn't fit. Freaking DeWalt. Right on, Raphael. We'll see you later, buddy. Unbelievable. Both of them. Look at that. That sucks. Yeah, it's tough. It's hard stuff. It's pretty though. Wow. Super pretty. I'm gonna get them on the wire wheel. Hey, West Country, buddy. Welcome in. Pretty dark. The hole's not very deep. Let's see. Not very deep. There's the bottom. No. 3/8 of an inch. Yeah. It's got a bit of, it's definitely not as smooth as the aluminum comes out. It's got some texture there for sure. The hole is from the metal shrinking. Yeah. Usually with the last foam, I don't end up getting shrinkage problems like that, because with the aluminum, I typically got a fair bit of extra material, but because the stuff's so hard to melt in that electric furnace, I didn't want to melt more than I needed, much more than I needed. But super close to being perfect. But anyway, that's pretty sick. There's the copper, bronze. Yeah, man, I'm calling it a win for sure. 100%. There's the leftover bronze. There's the leftover copper. Just barely enough. Yes, sir. Thank you, Golf. I'm super, super pleased. Let's get a weight on them. So like the aluminum one, I never have a problem with that because I melt a lot of extra material. Hey, good night, Lee. Thanks, buddy. So the aluminum one is 192 grams. Or 6 3/4 ounces. So I basically took the weight of this, multiplied it by 3.5, and then added a little bit of like maybe 25% extra. So we started with actually, what was that? 192 calculator. 192 times 3.5 should be 600. I calculated 672 for this, based off of this, and we got 627. 1 pound 6 and 1 pound 6 ounces, 6 1/8. So look at that, man. Woohoo! Beautiful. That's beautiful. And I started with let's switch back. 627. I started with I started with 799 grams of copper. There's a bit of sand and stuff on here. That's 779. So 20 grams missing somewhere. Maybe partly some of it I cut off, but that wouldn't weigh very much though. So what was that? This was 627. This should be a little lighter because it's 10% aluminum by weight. Yeah, for $4.96. And I started with 800 grams of material, which I don't have nowhere near that. So I'm missing a good bit of material still in the crucible, I think. That crucible caught on fire and everything. It was pretty nasty. Yeah. Pretty epic. Would you probably melt some in there? I guess you could TIG weld it in there. Get a bit of copper wire and a TIG welder. You could fill that. The aluminum bronze, I'm not sure. I guess you could probably TIG weld that as well. I'm not sure what I'd use for filler material for that, though. Maybe just cut this up into dust and fill it in there and just keep hitting it with the TIG welder. Maybe. I don't know. I used a different crucible for the copper. I bought a new one and I've only used it twice so far for both of these pours. This one I used my aluminum crucible, which had there's probably an inch of crap in the bottom that I can't get out of there. So it's getting towards the end of then it caught on fire, which is insane. I've never seen graphite burning before. Talking scrap goodies and turning into more money than scrap money. Yeah, sir. What is that? A pound? I used 800 grams of copper, which when the money's when copper's up, that'd be $7 to $8 in material. I had a face shield on. I was wearing that when I was pouring. I had the leather apron, face shield, and my glasses. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to top that. But I'll probably call it there for this. I've been like I said earlier, for anybody that's new here. Where'd that thing go? I'm all this. Where is that? Where'd that go? Oh, down here. These are not for sale. These are not for sale. Would I try casted copper ones again? I don't know. There's about $8. There's about $8 in material, scrap value, with what I melted. I don't know. I'm gonna sell some aluminum ones. I'm gonna sell some aluminum ones for sure. or try to. Facebook wouldn't let me. But that's a nice light one, man. It's crazy how so there's my copper, aluminum, bronze. I'll probably do like a bronze one with copper and tin. There's copper and aluminum, but I'll do copper and tin to make a bronze, and then maybe do a brass one sometime. Right on. Cheers, T-Bird. Thanks for coming. I'm gonna wrap it up here too, but this is a. I started prototyping a phone stand, charger stand. So I'm gonna get some of these ready and try casting one of them. Maybe I'll do that on a live next time or something. If anybody's interested. Out of aluminum, of course. But anyway, I'll wrap it up there, guys. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Appreciate it. And they said it couldn't be done. It worked out. So it can be done. All right, guys, take care.